Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm upstairs today because I wanted to share how I decorated this hutch. I usually share how I do this with you guys for every season, but this time you're not going to see me. I'm just going to show you how I set it up, and I'm not going to do it live. I'm not going to decorate it live while I'm on here. So I'm trying to talk a little quieter. My kids are both on online school and their bedrooms are just down the hallway here. So I might sound a little weird. I'm just trying to be a little more quiet. If you can see and hear me, let me know. Usually I can't tell until the end of these if you're on or if this is working, but I'll just kind of walk through what I did here. I really wanted to keep things simple and just do it a little different this year for the holidays. It's the year, and it's just, I wanted to use things I already have and then just kind of add a little winter or a little holiday to it. And so I thought I'd share some of my tips and what I did, and then maybe it'll help you guys. So inside this hutch, my mom redid this hutch when we were younger, and it's now in our living room. It's one of my favorite things. I will never get rid of this thing. This right door doesn't want to stay open. Hang on just a second. Okay, it's going to stay open. So what I did this year is, I'm trying to think if there's anything in here new. The only thing that's new in here are these trees, and I got these at Walmart. I shared them in my stories when I got them, but they are at Walmart. They have a taller size and then a smaller size, so I got 3 of those. But other than that, there are thrift store finds in here, and I will share those. But on the top, I've been picking up these old jugs when I find them. This one has kind of a crack on the back, and then there's a number, you know what I'm talking about, the crocks that have that. So I just spun it around and then just stuck some greenery in it that I found at a thrift store. Always check your greenery, the garlands, the wreaths. You can always cut them apart or take things off of them, but they're usually really inexpensive because sometimes that stuff can get really expensive. So then I just put the other 2 jugs up there, and then I just wrapped one of my knit garlands up here. I got that a few years ago. I already had that. So that's the top. I also wanted to get on early and share this because these twinkle lights are going to go off. Matt has them on a timer, and for me to turn them on, I have to pull this whole thing out, and I know I'd break something. So I had to do this early because these are going to go off. So that would be one of my biggest tips. No matter how you decorate, add these little twinkle lights to it, and it just looks so much better. I don't know what it is. It just makes any decorations look better. So I have another one of these jugs, thrift store. Again, I put down here, and then these old sleigh bells that I found at a yard sale or a thrift store. Again, something I will never get rid of. I will always have. This is a huge, huge pine cone. Obviously, you can find those, well, not that big, but pine cones in your backyard. And I kind of have them all over this year. And this little bowl is full of them. And I have them in our back porch, and I have them in other areas that I will share later. But like I said, I just wanted some greenery, some the pine cones, and just to keep things simple. So I just added a huge pine cone here. If you didn't have a huge one, you could just do a pile of them. This is some faux greenery that I got, I'm sure, on clearance. I think it was at Target years ago after Christmas. Here are just candlesticks, brass candlesticks I found at a sale. It was like $3 for the whole set. And so I put one of these, again, I already had this. I just set that behind it because I needed something kind of taller there. And then on the back of here, that wood bead's falling down. On the back of here, I just wanted to kind of cozy it up. So I just added 3 stockings. These have been at Target every year. I got them years ago, but I think they're still there. They're like mini stockings. I mean, not super, super mini, but those are at Target. They come in different colors, red and green as well. And then on this shelf, this is just a little, I just wanted to stick with kind of the creams and browns and greens and, again, simple. So that's what all this is. So this I just set here because, like I've shared before, you always want to work in odd numbers. So I set this bowl in here. I already had. I filled it with pine cones, and I actually didn't fill it because I needed pine cones and other things. So I just shoved some greenery, a piece of greenery I had down there to fill up the bowl. So I've set sacks and newspapers, crumpled them up. You never have to fill, obviously, anything you can't see. So just use newspapers or paper or something and fill it, and then you don't have to use so much inside bowls and stuff like that. This is part of the sleigh bells down below. It was so frail that they broke, but so I just put the 2 over this and then put this here. So I'm trying to work with odd numbers. I did recently just find 2 of these bells at a thrift store. So I just added that for height on this. This is like a shorter shelf than these other 2. So I just wanted a little bit of height. After I get it all decorated, Matt will come in and he likes to do all the lights and string the lights. So he just kind of puts them, I mean, during the day you can see them, but at night it's just so pretty. So this is new. This is a Hobby Lobby wreath. They're a little wreath, and so they're 50% off right now, so they're only $5. And they're substantial. They're thicker and they're fuller. I did share that project I did with the Target wreaths that were $3 that were kind of sparse. These are full, and with 50% off, they're only $5. So I felt like that was a good deal. Again, here I needed something green, and I needed something behind this. So I just stuck the wreath back there. Easy, easy. Wood bead garlands. I'm telling you guys, whenever I find them inexpensively, I pick them up because I use them all year round. They're just good fillers. You can hang them. You can, drape them. Mine's falling down. I got to fix that. But so I just added that for texture in here. So that's the only reason that's in there. These are bells that I found. Can you believe this? I found a bag of these at a thrift store a couple years ago. I was so excited. They were obviously on a garland. Well, they could have been on a Christmas tree, but there was a whole bag of them. And then when I shared, when was I on with you guys? Was it Friday? And I was sharing how to find bells on different things at a thrift store. These were actually on, I think there's 3 of them. They were on, again, something homemade, but they're real brass bells. And so I bought that thing and then just took them off because I just wanted the bells. So I wanted to use these bells inside like this, something like this where you could still see them. And I wanted something flat in here, but then kind of pile up the bells in there so you could see them. You guys, this is one of those little signs. It says yum. So it's not even a tray, but these signs, the wood signs that you can get them on Chocateur but they sell them everywhere. This is just a tiny one. I think I've actually found it at Restore, but it's perfect. It's like a tray. So I was going to make a different sign on it, but it was perfect size for in here. It kind of looks like a tray, and no one knows that it's not a tray. So try to just use whatever you have on hand in a different way. It's kind of fun. It's to see what you can come up with. So here is another one of those, the old bells, green books. I have a cajillion of those. So that just, again, adds height. I only needed 3 here. And then I liked the cream colored bottle. I've got a lot of these trees. I didn't get any of the other ones. Gabrielle has 3 pink ones in her bedroom, but all the other ones I did not get out this year. I just stood these up, all of the cream colored little ones that I had inside here. And you could use, I didn't do it. I was thinking I was going to have to put hot glue on the bottom because hot glue will just come, you could scrape it right off, but they're standing up there okay. So that's all I did in there. And then another pine cone, another bell, and then one of these little white houses. And then I think I told the family, don't throw away that little package. They did. I think they did. These are little birch logs. I mean, they're little. They're like this. You can get them at the Dollar Tree, a bag of them for $1. Check your Dollar Tree for these. So all I did was I opened the bags. I dumped them. I've had them for a couple years. I just have never done anything with them. You can make garlands out of these. You would just have to drill through them. They'd be really cool garlands around your trees, but for $1, you can't beat that price. So I just used them. Again, I've had these, but to make them more winter and to make them simple, just like I said, I just kind of wanted a wooded, just natural look this year, just to keep it simple. So I just put them inside here, and then you could add the twinkle lights inside here. We didn't, but, and that's all it is. That's all that these are. They're $1 at the Dollar Tree, so check out your Dollar Tree. This garland of bells, I'm pretty positive I found those at a thrift store. So again, I just needed something else on this back shelf. And so I just strung up some garland. And then it still seemed like there was so much white space. So there is like a little lip right down here. And so I always pick up these old rulers. Always. We have, like Matt has a ton of the yardsticks, the old ones. And so I just laid it on that lip and it just added a little bit. It just kind of broke up the white space with something I already had on hand. So, and then I just added these 2 trees from Walmart, another white tree, the greenery, and then this wood bowl. I love I'm always picking up wood bowls or trays or, so again, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an odd number. It just looks better. 1, 2, 3. It's so funny when I start decorating, and if something, it's just like off, like I'll if I had something else here, I'm like, what is it? Literally, it's probably because you have an even number of something up there, and it just, I don't know. It's just something about having odd number of things. It just looks so much better. It's the weirdest thing. So yeah, so that's all I did in the hutch this year. I just thought maybe this year I'd kind of walk through what I did and why I did it and show you the different things I used and the things that you should look for at thrift stores. These are things that I will always pick up when I find them because you can use them all year round. So you just have to change up a few things and then you've got it decorated. It looks new. It makes you feel like it's, like it's a new space or a new, literally when I start decorating, I almost just tripped here. I start here in this little hutch. And when I get this done, I feel like the whole room's decorated. Whatever season it is, or if I'm just in the mood to change things up, just doing this little area will make me feel like the whole place looks new. And I don't know. It's a small place to start. And then I go from there. But yeah, so that's what the hutch looks like this year. And I can see people can see me. Do you guys have any questions or ideas or why I did something and if you have been here for a while, I have shared this hutch many times. I've done it for spring. I've done it for fall. I've done it for the holidays. I think last year, this is where I put all my Santa mugs and I decked it out with my plaid old like lunch boxes and the old thermoses that I have. But this year, it's totally different. I just picked up a few new things this year. And then, like I said, I just wanted to go a little more simple. And, okay, now I'm going to try and see if you have any questions. Please ask questions or please, Penny, you bought the same trees. Aren't they cool? I don't know. I really liked them. Walmart is doing so much better. Let me see. I'm just going through questions here to see if you have any questions, comments. I want to help you guys. So if you have New Mexico, good morning, good morning. Thank you, Linda. Simple, right? Just simple and easy. So but I'm telling you, these little twinkle lights, they're usually wired. They come in copper, silver, whatever. After the holidays or when there's clearance and when it's a normal year, that's something that we always pick up because I can use them. Like I said, the smaller strands would be so cool in here. And even in this one, we could do a separate strand just in the bells here alone or just inside here, inside with these trees. So we do kind of use them. Like I said, I'll be sharing more of what I did later, but just putting those in there, it just looks, so in the morning when these are on, it's dark, obviously in the morning, it's like the first thing coming down the hallway we see, and it just looks so pretty when it's all lit up, or at night too, but yes, Crystal, they are. There's a lot of them that are doing that. And that's what I love too. And I was talking to Matt about how I wanted to change it up and he gets nervous like, oh no, he's traditional, but he's like, now I see what you mean. I just wanted to add some winter kind of and not just, straight up Christmas. And Okay, I'm just reading more questions. Oh my gosh, you have a lake home in Minnesota. We want a lake home so bad. My aunt and uncle actually have a lake home in Minnesota. Yes, Penny, I had that, and I'm like, wait a minute, if I set this down, I just needed something flat. If I set that down, it kind of goes in. Those signs, you know how they go in? It's kind of like a tray, so let me just use that. They do make all the difference, Crystal, all the difference. Mary, that would be very, very pretty. Yes, cake pedestals, that's another. I have a lot of those too. That's another, I've used them in here too on the corners. I'm sure I've shared that with you guys. But if you have cake pedestals, different sizes and different heights and stuff, but decorate the tops of them. And they add height, and they're like an actual thing that you can decorate. But yes, that's a great idea. Great idea. Thank you, Rhonda. I try, Linda. So another thing I was just going to mention, if you're just hopping on, I'm just sharing how I decorated this and what I used in thrift store finds and what I already had on hand just to decorate for the holidays. But along with the twinkle lights, my husband has a problem with timers. Oh my gosh, he buys timers, so many timers. I mean, it's great because they come on, but does anybody else have a husband that just cannot? I don't know what it is about timers. I guess we all have our thing, right? But I mean, he wants everything on a timer, like I said, which is great, but I feel like we have 75 timers, and then they all break down the year, like the next year. So then I'm like, oh my goodness. So whenever we can find those on clearance after the holidays, that's something else we always pick up. So look out for those too. If your husband's like timers. But yes. Okay, I'm just going to go through here one more time and make sure I'm not missing any questions. Or like I said, I like to help you guys, so please ask questions. And if you're watching this on replay, just put #replay in the comments so I know you were here, and ask questions, please. I do come back and look through these. So yes. Crystal, it's so funny. I'm like, are you serious? Don't we have a box full of timers? It just happened this year. And he's like, no, I can't find any of them. So we're out buying timers. I'm like, oh my goodness. But the thrift stores, I actually found 2 brand new at a thrift store. So if you keep an eye out for those, because people are going through their stuff and don't think they need them. I guess they're not like my husband, so they get rid of them. So, okay, I'm going to hop off here and get down to my office. But have a great Monday. I just wanted to get on here and share it while the lights were still on, because like I said, they're on a timer. So they will be going off here soon. And for me to turn them back on, I have to move this whole hutch, and I know I'd break something. So that's why I did it this way. Okay, guys, have a good Monday, and I will check back in soon.